This video is not about a person, or even a specific object. It's about a collection of ones and zeros that, as weird as it sounds, many would call an old friend. Windows XP is one of the most important product launches in history, so much so that even if you're not a computer person, you recognize this name and this picture of software that came out over 20 years ago. Well, first, why was XP so successful? Launching on October 25th, 2001, Microsoft hyped XP as a way to get people off of the aging Windows 95 and 98 platforms. 2001 was a completely different time.
Microsoft got Madonna to provide the music for the new XP TV commercial.
Great.
The marketing, for lack of a better way to put it, was kind of insane.
Introducing new Microsoft Windows XP! How much do you want this totally new Windows? All my pictures, all my music, all my videos, all in one place!
This man later went on to become Microsoft's CEO in 2007. So XP had a huge launch, but what ensured its popularity was what came after it. Windows Vista, the next version of Windows, launched 5 years later in 2006, and people hated it. It was bloated, slower, and less compatible than XP, so people didn't want to move. But at this point, XP had been the go-to version of Windows for more than 6 years, way longer than any versions that came before it. And now that its replacement was crashing and burning, XP was gonna stick around.
Rate your overall favorability of Windows Vista.
Okay.
Okay, so you gave Windows Vista a 0.
Now it's 2009 and Microsoft tries again. Windows 7 launches on October 22nd and they stuck the landing. 7 was actually a great system that most people didn't mind moving to, but the damage was kind of done. By the time Windows 7 launched, XP was still running on 70% of the world's computers despite Vista already being out. So I hope this explains a little why XP was so successful, but why was it important? Why do so many people feel an attachment to a piece of software? Well, because XP felt like home. Pre-2001, computers usually looked like this. Gray and beige were the 90s' favorite color, but that doesn't make for a very inviting product. Windows XP stood for experience, and Windows got a fresh coat of paint. Blues and greens were everywhere, giving XP a visual personality that even modern version of Windows can't match. It looked playful and inviting, the perfect thing to install in your home. And by far, the most recognizable feature is this photograph. Labeled bliss.jpg, this is agreed to be the most widely viewed photograph in human history. It was taken by Charles O'Rear in 1996 somewhere in Southern California. But now in 2022, Windows XP has been around for 2 decades, and is older than many who will watch this. But to an entire generation now, it's always been there. Many people's first memories of the internet were probably accompanied by this green start button. Even if you don't care about computers, XP was always around when you wanted to play some terrible Flash games or get your homework done. A large chunk or even your entire life has gone by with you never paying attention, but through all your old schools or going somewhere with your parents, these inviting green hills were always somewhere nearby on a monitor.
XP is going to go away. The photograph will not be seen as much as I've seen it in the last 12 and 13 years. Do I lose sleep over that? No. I think it's had a wonderful ride. I'm just pleased to see it out there. I'm thrilled to know that people have had pleasure from looking at that, from looking at a photograph that I made. And no, I won't be disappointed. I won't be sad. But I did call Microsoft and give them my phone number, hoping they would call so they would get another photograph for Windows 8. But the phone hasn't rang. I don't know what happened. That's what I was hoping for.
As the world moves on and leaves it behind, I can't help but look back at XP as a great example of a different time, not only in design, but in our lives as well. It's like your parents' old car that you remember fondly, and was there for as long as you can remember. It's a great memory, and it feels like home.